And good morning,
Good
good
morning.
afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. It's the John Lavenia Success Mastermind, Wednesday, 16th of June. Can you believe this?
No,
We're already more than halfway through June,
it's
which means
crazy.
which means we're about to be halfway through the year already. Good
Yep,
gracious. I mean, look, it's been
it goes by so quickly.
It's been indeed. It's been interesting. Been a lot of fun things happen. With all of us. So, excuse me. Good to see you all. Let's just run down right quick. We have our usual full slate of activities today. General session right now. Hospitality suite right after, and then a little bit later on, 3 p.m. Eastern, Books for Britain with our good friend Mandy Anderson. And tonight, guess who's back? Networking Magic, 9 p.m. Eastern. No! No, please make it stop. Yes, we'll be back with, excuse me, chats about growing your contact list, building your business, power of networking, and all of that. It's it's a topic, as you know, near and dear to my heart. So we'll be there this evening. Hello, Gail. Nice to see you. And Suzanne, who I'm going to guess is deep into dinner preparations at this point.
Right, Glenn.
Oh, what in the world is going? There you go. What in the world is going on with my voice today? I'll probably leave. Hey, Carl. Nice to see you, my man. Excellent. And Edward is here. Daisy and Robin, hello, welcome. Nice to see you. We have a really nice, intimate group this morning, and a couple of things that I wanted to chat about quickly. First of all, it's time. It's time to turn in your homework, team. What are we talking about? Last week we chatted all about Wealth Wednesday. Remember that?
Oh,
Ah, yes, 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 yes. Let's
nice
let
job.
us first define, because somebody asked last week. Excuse me. Somebody asked last week. I need to have like a cough button, like they have on the sportscasts here, so that the minute you're getting ready to, the minute you're getting ready to. Did that work? You didn't hear me cough, did you?
No,
Nice. All right. So someone asked, and we were talking all about it, and they said, wait a minute. What in the world is Wealth Wednesday? Well, let's go. On Wednesday, you perform a random act of kindness for a complete stranger involving a financial exchange. Something as simple as paying for the person behind you in the drive-thru, so forth. Swing by the supermarket and drop a $5 bill inside the flap of a box of baby diapers. One of Paula's favorites, go to a Goodwill or a charity shop, go over to the children's section and slip a $5 or $10 bill in the pocket of a baby jacket. Things of this nature. So I'll start, and this is where we get to turn in our homework. This week, I have been, how can I put it? This past week, I spent the week over tipping. There were a couple of occasions when I was out for lunch, or out meeting up with somebody over at a pub or restaurant or something for lunch, a business meeting, and I just got this impulse. It's something that I do from time to time. It's becoming more of a regular thing. Tip the bill. Now, it doesn't have to be the best steakhouse in town, and the bill is $126 and you tip 126. Although, look, if you got it, why not? Anyway, forgot to hit my cough button. So, there it worked. So, I was out meeting a colleague for lunch, and the bill was, I think, $43. If memory serves, $36. That's what it was. It was $36. And so got the bill, and my tip was, wait for it, $36. Not bad. And my goodness, the look on the server's face. And listen, I'm sure I'm not the only person in town who has a habit of over tipping. But at this point, at that moment, I just felt like, you know what? This person could use a pleasant surprise. So there you go. Tipped the bill this week. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So who else has a Wealth Wednesday story for me? While you're thinking of it,
Well,
I will.
all I can say is, number one, I have to be honest, I forgot.
Mm.
Number two, I'm confined to the house. I'm not allowed to drive. So I haven't been able to get out. So that's my other excuse. But the original one was I forgot.
Well, I'm actually glad you mentioned that, Gail, because it allows me to mention a couple of things that were suggested to me, particularly given where we've all been the past year and a half and everything that's been going on. And I know your situation is because kind of a medical thing with regard to recent procedures you've had and kind of lay low for a while. There are a couple of things that we can do to address those things that you mentioned. One is, and I think we had talked about this the other week, grab your phone, pull up whichever calendar software you use. I don't really care. Whichever calendaring, scheduling software that you use, and just make an appointment. Enter a weekly appointment for yourself. Wealth Wednesday, and make the appointment. You know how you can set a time for an appointment from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. or whatever. Mm-hmm. What I like to do, mine is Wealth Wednesday, and it's all day. So that the first thing I see when I get up in the morning and complete my toilet, as they used to say in the old days, and grab my phone, first thing you see is Wealth Wednesday. Right. Who am I going to bless today? Who's gonna get an extra tip today? Or whose Starbucks is going to be free? Whose coffee is going to be free today? Whoever it is, So it's a simple thing to just drop a reminder in the phone. That way, I never forget. Or at the very least, I'm always reminded.
It's done.
Excellent. So there's a good way to, if not never forget, to at least always be reminded about Wealth Wednesday. And the other thing, you talked about kind of being at home these days. Well, here's a couple of ideas that were suggested to me. One was many people, not everybody, many people have those online banking apps, online money apps like Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, if you bank with a particular bank or whatever, you have an account with a particular bank, whatever, whichever of those online cash accounts you may happen to use, even PayPal or something. What I have done in the past is I will take out and bring up my Venmo account, all right? Grab my Venmo account, and then I will pick a random person on Venmo and send them 10 or 15 or 20 bucks. And do it, and Venmo gives you the option to make the payment public or private. Mm-hmm. So that, I always like to do it private, so that the only person who knows that they got that 20 bucks from me is the person who got the 20 bucks from me. Yeah. See, that's the whole thing about, you can do it either way. And the reason I do it anonymously is to take away any opportunity for that person to pay me back. Yeah. You see? So I did that one time, and I picked some guy, whoever it was, and I said, sent him 20 bucks, and I said, hope this brightens your day. Hope this helps brighten your day. Happy Wealth Wednesday. Never heard anything about it, never got any response. Well, of course I never got any response because I did it anonymously. So he has no idea who it was that sent this money. Imagine you're walking down the street or sitting at home minding your own business. You get ding on your phone, you pull out your Cash App, and it says, someone, anonymous, has sent you $20. What? Well, I know there are people who may be suspicious about that. And just my personal opinion, what sort of person gets suspicious about receiving free money? But hey, that's a whole other conversation. But you know, it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like bringing some clothes back from the dry cleaners, and you go to hang them up, and you find a $20 note or a 20-pound note in the pocket. Not bad. Found money. So there's that. I'm sure you can think of other choices, like, for example, send a gift to some charity you believe in or support, but send it anonymously. See, that way you can't even get an email reply, oh, thank you so much for your generous gift. Something like that. I'll tell you something else I have done is roll up at a church or a house of worship, drop off a box of cleaning supplies. Nice.
Yeah.
Somebody's house gets clean. So I will just leave that there for now. I'm not going to call anybody out this week, but you've been told. You've been told. I'm going to remind us next week too. We were talking. Hey, Mandy, Edward, good to see you all. Just a mention of a way to, because somebody on the call said, "Oh, gee, you know what, Glenn? I'm going to be very honest. I just forgot." Okay, grab your phone, as we said. Put a calendar reminder in your phone. Whatever calendaring software you use, just put a reminder in there. Wednesday, an appointment. Wednesday, Wealth Wednesday. And as for the time range of the appointment, I usually I set mine for all day. So I'm reminded all day about Wealth Wednesday. Now, the topic for today, and it's going to be a fairly brief one, I think, because it's fairly simple. You know, we say this all the time. The simplest things are usually the most effective, the most productive in our life, right? And in our business. I had been struggling. Yes, I just said that. I have been struggling. One of those, what the marketers call a damaging admission. I've been struggling with getting and staying organized, with keeping track of all the things I need to do, all the different projects that I've got going, business ventures and, meetings that I'm supposed to be booking with this, that, and the other person, and phone calls to make, and all, you know what I mean? It kind of piles in on you after a while, doesn't it? And I discovered through the encouragement and the advice of a business coach of mine, I discovered an extremely powerful system for getting more organized and getting more things done. You ready? Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely amazing when this was shared with me, and I thought, wow, what a revelation. I'm I'm hoping you've got a pen and paper ready to jot this down. An outstanding way to build a system and get organized and get stuff done. You ready? Make a list. Mandy's like, wait, what? That's it? There's no... Make a list. I was told, and it works. The key, in many ways, the most important first step in getting my life, my work, my business organized, make a list. Take a blank notebook, blank piece of paper, and write a list. Make a list of everything that you need to do. Whether, and of course, the big key to being successful with the list, yes, Edward, is after you make the list, keep it in a place where you can find it. So, anyway, I started this list. Everything from wash down the barbecue grill because it got a little dusty in the move and everything else. Wash down the outside of the barbecue grill, to clear the back patio, to make the appointment with so-and-so, to organize my office at the building over in Katy, to complete my email distribution series of follow-up emails to my customers, to a particular subset of my customers, to help Paula unpack a couple more boxes today, to make the appointment to have the water treatment, call up and make the appointment to have the water treatment system installed. Just everything. Reinstitute my regular exercise schedule and get started. That's an item on the list. You know what happened? I had the original list, 33 items. 33 items on the list. And I'm sure there's more, and I've thought of some others and jotted them down and appended them to the end of the list. 33 items on the list. Before the day was out, I had completed 6 of them. As a matter of fact, I did a couple of them, got a couple of them knocked off, before I'd even finished writing the list. And I gave this advice, I gave this suggestion to someone else, excuse me, and the fact that I'd been able to get a few things done, knocked them off the list before I even finished writing the list, it sparked a thought in my mind. The two key reasons for getting this done. Number one, and to me, this is the most important purpose of making a list. It clears your mind. Now, when I say make the list, you notice I didn't say make the list and then prioritize the items, put like an A here, a B here, a C, a 1, a 3, a 2, a 7, list them in the order of priority, list them according to which sphere of your life they fall into. You notice I didn't say any of that? Said, make a list. Like when you're getting ready to go shop for the groceries, or you're sending in the order to have the groceries delivered, you just make a list and you look around. Okay, what do I need? Okay, I need milk. Yeah, I need butter. Yeah, chicken, fresh chicken. Yeah, I need. I need shave cream. Yeah, I need. Okay, and whatever else you need, you're just making a list, right? You're not saying, okay, what do I need from aisle 17 at the supermarket? What do I need from the produce section? Well, you might. But what do I need from aisle 22 at the supermarket? What do I need from the far southwest corner of the supermarket building? You say, what do I need? Now, it's very easy for us to fall into the trap. It's very easy for us to be tempted. I'll put it that way. Very easy for us to become tempted to say, okay, what do I need to do in the business area? Okay, I need to make this phone call. I need to set an email. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to follow up with this customer. I need blah, 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 blah. And if that helps you to remember more things, God bless you. I would suggest that most of the time where we start to experience what we call overwhelm, anybody ever said that? Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm so overwhelmed. I've got so much to do. I think, in my opinion, most of the time when we feel overwhelmed, it's because we haven't taken the time to organize and, frankly, just list out everything we need to do, everything we know needs to get done. So all of this stuff, all this clutter is bouncing around inside our brain. And how in the world can I ever get started on accomplishing these things if I don't even know what it is I need to accomplish? And so, as I say, if looking at these things in terms of the spheres in your life, okay, go for it. I'd be willing to bet that if you were to sit down right now with just a blank piece of paper, and number 1, do this. Number 2, do that. Number 3, number 4, number 7, number 22, number 68, number 359. I bet you could. Because writing down one thing, oh right, that reminds me. And then you're writing down the next thing that you've been reminded of, which will remind you of something else, which will remind you of something else, which the things may have absolutely nothing to do with one another in terms of priority or category or particular sphere in your life. And by the way, do your very best to not prejudge the things that come to mind. Here's what I mean. Suppose you are working in a home business space, in a home business sphere, in a direct selling or internet marketing, something like this, and you've been thinking of reaching out to one particular person, a person who falls on to what some people refer to as your chicken list. Do you know what I mean by that? Your chicken list? We in the home business, in the direct selling network marketing space, internet marketing space, affiliate marketing, we often think of someone that we highly respect, very successful, maybe already making a lot of money. We think, this would be a great person to talk with about my business, because they might decide to enroll and become my customer. Yeah, they might decide to join, enroll, and work with me as a business partner. They may also decide that, hey, it's a good idea. It's not really for me, but let me introduce you to somebody. I know a couple of people I can introduce you to that can help you move forward in building the business. Talk to this guy. He may be open to to what your offer is. And very often we don't pick up the phone or send the text message to that person because maybe, oh my gosh, that Edward Mosley, man, he is so successful. He's already making so much money. I know he's a big time power player already. He wouldn't be interested in my little old thing over here. So I don't know. And besides which, I'm not as successful as he is. So maybe, you see what I'm doing? I'm prejudging what may or may not happen when I pick up the phone and talk with Edward. And too often we prejudge ourselves out of what could turn out to be a great opportunity. So in the case of making the list, when I say don't prejudge as you write items down onto your list, what I mean is don't prejudge in terms of what you think you can or cannot do, what you think you have or do not have the resources to accomplish, or prejudge in terms of how long you think something's going to take, or whether you want to do it now or tomorrow or next week or 6 months. Just write them all down. Get everything written down. Every name that occurs to you, if somebody you need to have a conversation with, need to have a conversation with. Every project you've got going on around the house, in the business, at the office, wherever, at the nonprofit where you volunteer, everything. Just get them all written down. So the first purpose, again, clears your mind. It gets all the clutter. It reduces the noise. Trust me, I know. As someone walking around with ADHD and all of that, it's not an excuse for not getting things done. What it really means is, if you think of my mind as a browser, as I heard like somebody say a funny thing one time, if you think of my brain as an internet browser application, looking at a website browser, I've got 37 tabs going, and I have no idea where the music's coming from. Yeah, so clear the tabs, clear your mind, get it from your brain to paper, and I specifically say paper. Well, listen, if you want to do it on the computer, mine's on the computer. If you want to do it on the computer, great. I think there is something about engaging more than one sense in an activity that's important to us. If I just speak the things, oh yeah, I know I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I got, that other thing I need to finish. Oh, I started that book, and I need to finish that book. Yeah, that training course that I started that I need to complete. Right. Yeah, I think I've got a pretty good handle on it now. Yeah. It's still rattling around in here. And I guarantee you, the way life works, by tomorrow morning, you'll have forgotten at least 3 or 4 of the things off your list. So, clear your mind. And the other major benefit of making a list is that it will remind you of other things that you'd forgotten about, that had been kind of pushed to the background by all the noise of the urgent stuff, you see. So clearing the front of your mind of all the things that you're thinking of right now, and I know you are, I'm looking at you, all of the things that you're thinking of that you need to do, clearing the front of your mind, guess what? Opens up your subconscious to remind you, and oh yeah, you need to swing by and pick up that CD that you dropped off with so-and-so. Geez, how long has that been? I forgot about that. I say that because that literally just happened to me. In the course of making a list, I remembered that I had dropped off a CD of my back x-rays with the chiropractor, and it had been sitting in the chiropractor's office for 1 year. And writing the CD! And I jumped in the truck and went and got it. This will happen for you, I promise. I promise you'll be reminded of stuff that you've long since forgotten about. And the other really great benefit of this is it will spark activity in your subconscious brain, because we know from Think and Grow Rich that we formulate a goal, we articulate a problem, get it as laid out as clearly as we can, what needs to happen, and then we simply give the problem to our subconscious mind. And go mow the lawn, or go ride a bike, or good night, go to sleep. Subconscious mind is working on it. And I think that will happen the more items I get out of my brain and onto the paper or onto the computer list, the greater opportunity my subconscious mind will have to just let loose and come up with ideas and brainstorm itself and come up with, oh, right, here's the way to get that done. I didn't think I had the resources available to me, but wait a minute. That conversation I had with Scott the other day, and he suggested, Glenn, go ahead and send me the material. I'll pass it on to my colleague, and I know he'll definitely be able to help you. Right. Hadn't thought of that before. Why hadn't I thought of that before? Because, I'm so overwhelmed. I've got so many things going on. I can't keep track. I can't keep up with everything. Make the list already. Write it all down. Get everything out on paper. Get everything onto the computer list. I just used very simple. I pulled out a page in I think it was Microsoft Word or Apple Pages or whichever it was I used. And I've got the list. There's like 36 items on it. I'm now going to need to go back and revise it because 6 of the things are already done. And now it'll give me, and I've just this minute, okay, am I walking, talking, living, breathing proof that this stuff works? I just this minute have been reminded of something that I need to complete, a book and workbook system. Where is it? Yes, it's not on the list. So complete, I'm looking at my list right now. Complete the and course. Okay, so there's a training course that I had started and had completely blown it. Forgot about it. It was a fantastic thing when I saw it. Oh, yes, I've got to do this. And, life is what happened to us while we were making other plans, as the saying goes. So I just remembered that, and I just put that down on the list. That is number, you see, knock the stuff off. It's now number 31 on the list. And I know that the list is at least twice as long as that, so I'm going to get back to it a little bit later this morning and get some more stuff done. So this is pretty simple stuff, right? It sounds so stupid. Come on, Glenn, make a list. Don't I need to use my CRM software? Don't I need to use my... No. Why? Because if you go and buy some fancy goal achieving, buy some fancy scheduling and time tracking thing, you know what will happen? You'll buy that and you'll get started. You'll start in on the tutorial. And then you'll ask the other questions. It'll bring up other questions. Okay, well, how do I do this? Oh, okay, well, I need to go over and find a user group and type in and get an answer to this question. And before you know it, you're stuck in the weeds and the list still isn't done. So, I'm telling you, simplest way to do this. Edward showed us the model. Piece of paper, notebook. If this is not something that is accustomed or usual for you, may I suggest pick yourself up or find, if you've got one in your house, a brand new, unused notebook. Journal, pad, notepad, whatever you want to use. Something new, fresh, that's not already filled up with stuff. You know why? Because you use a book that's used, you'll go back and start looking at the stuff that's already in there and go get into the weeds, and then the phone will ring, and then it'll be dinner time, and you'll have never started the list. So and Edward's like, man, why you keep talking to me, bro? So get a fresh, brand new notebook, start a fresh application, start a fresh document in your software. Simple document software, Microsoft Word, Apple Pages, text edit, whatever you use. Something very simple, very straightforward. Get started making the list. And here, set this goal. And this is one of the last things I'll mention before we start our Q&A session, conversation session, is that set a goal that the first version of this list shall have at least 25 items on it. Because you know there's 25 items you need to get done. Small, large, in between. And by small, I mean as small as clear up the breakfast dishes. That's small, but you know, there's something wonderfully cathartic about clearing clutter, isn't there? Clean out the breakfast dishes. Fold the laundry that's been sitting in the basket for a day and a half. Okay, now, when's the last time you heard a gentleman wax eloquent about domestic tasks? I'm just saying. I actually enjoy doing laundry and cleaning out the dishes, the kitchen sink and all that. But anyway, 25 items on your list. Your first version of the list shall have at least 25 items on it, and I can say with a fairly high degree of confidence that once you've got that first 25 items on the list, your memory will be jogged for at least 10 to 15 additional tasks that need to be done. And once you're done, once you kind of get to a pause or your wrist gets tired from writing, just stop and give yourself a high five. Celebrate, because you have taken the first major step toward organizing the unbridled insanity that is the life of most adults in the modern world. Make the list. Hey, now you've got 2 homework assignments for next week. Number 1, bring me back your Wealth Wednesday story. At least one. No, if you want to do it on Thursday, all right, do it on Thursday. Bring me back your Wealth Wednesday story. And number 2, show me your list. And by next Wednesday, I'm sure there'll have been a number of things crossed off the list. Here's the deal, though. You cross something off the list, you got to add something at the bottom. Because you know there's something. You know there's always something else that needs to be done. And that's, listen, this is not a criticism. This is not me saying you're not organized or you're not working hard enough. This is me saying, keep your mind clear. Keep the overwhelm at bay. Take the overwhelm and commit it to paper and watch what happens. Hello. That's me done. What do you think? What's on your mind? Raise your hand to speak up. Let me hear from you. I'd know. Gail, how are you, man? What's happening?
I love your advice. I hope I can take it. I'm always telling myself that I have to make a list. And we've talked about this on here, I don't know how many times in the year that we've been here. And I think, oh, that's a great idea. And then I don't do it. I forget about it. So, but I think it's a great idea. So I really have to try to do that. I think it would help. Well, I know it would help organize me and get me moving more. So
I appreciate your transparency, Gail. Most people would not unmute their microphone and admit to that. May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Do you have a pen within arm's reach now?
Yes.
A notebook, a journal, something, a notepad within arm's reach?
But
Okay.
I have to write with my left hand, so I'm very slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, may I suggest this? Right now, on that blank piece of paper, on the first line on the top, write the number 1.
I'm going to turn the page.
Okay, blank page. Yep. Number 1. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. What's one thing you know you need to accomplish? Doesn't matter where or how long it's going to take or what it is. You don't even have to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Think of one thing you know you need to accomplish. Just jot it down. Let me know when you're done, because I know you're writing slowly.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to be able to read it.
Well, this will be good practice for becoming an ambidextrous writer.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your $5
Okay, I'm
word for
done.
the day.
It's just
Done?
3 words. Yeah.
Okay, good. Did that remind you of something else you need to do? Did that put you in mind of something else?
Yeah.
Okay. Just below that, on the next line, write the number 2.
2.
And then jot down that next thing that you just thought of. Gail, is you picking up what I'm putting down?
Yes, I am.
So my other suggestion would be, at least for the next couple of days, carry this notepad and pen around with you as you go around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Just have it in your hand as much as possible. That way, when you think of something else, oh, yes, I need to do that. And you got the notepad right there. And now I don't have to think, oh, darn it, where did I put that notepad? Oh, geez, I've done it again. I think of these great ideas and then I don't follow through. What's the use? Can't do that because you've got the notepad in your hand.
Yeah.
So see if you can develop the habit. Great to see you, Robin. Catch you next time. See if you can develop the habit of just walking around with the notepad for the next few days. Mm-hmm. And I think you might end up being pleasantly surprised at how much you're able to get done.
Yeah.
How many things you're able to add to the list.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Gail. I'll tell you, I'm excited to see how many items you have. This is one of those cases where it's almost like the more unfinished tasks we have to write down, the better it is, because it means your mind is clearer and clearer. And listen, after you've got everything written down, if you've got everything laid out, if you want to go back and prioritize and say which are the things that need to be done first, fantastic. Go for it. I say sometimes we prejudge ourselves out of making a complete list because we sit and try to think, well, what are the things I need to do that are truly important? Because those are the only things that I should be focusing. Well, may I suggest that the reason we may not be focusing on the things that are truly important is because we've got all this clutter of the important stuff bouncing around in our brain and blocking our ability to remember what's truly important.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I'm excited to see how your list looks next week. All right. Now see, I can
Thank
see
you.
Edward and Mandy are they're already down to business. They're already hard at work at this. Edward's got about 12, 13 things on his list already. Nice. You'll see what I'm talking about right there. Excellent. Ali, how are you doing? What's happening?
Hi, Glenn. Hi, everyone. All good, all good. I love this and thank you. And what I've never done in the past is write my personal stuff on the list. So I've always done work lists, but I've never put what I need to do around the home or whatever, because I've always thought that's a different thing. But I really love including that because it's still clutter in your head about I've got to put a wash on or I've got to do this or do the shop or the cooking or whatever. So it's still in your head, and so it's still a really important part of planning your day and time allocation and all of that. So that's something I've got to be better at and putting that on the list, which is great. So
I like that, Ali. I'm glad you mentioned that because, and I'm not going to put you on the spot by asking, but sometimes when I hear people say, well, I've got my work stuff listed, the personal stuff I'll take care of whenever, but I know what I need to do in my personal life. I've often wondered why it is that many people are so organized at work or in their job or in their business, but when it comes to their personal life, they're all over the place.
yeah.
I wonder if, and I'm not pointing a finger at you, Ali, I really am not, more of myself. I wonder if part of the reason for some of us is that we tend to place our own personal priorities at the bottom of the list for whatever reason. Oh, I'll get to that whenever actually means I don't actually value myself and my own self-care and my own health and wellness. I don't value that as much as I value getting stuff done at work so I can get that promotion and raise. May I offer that in my case, taking care of my temple and taking care of personal stuff can provide extra energy and enthusiasm to allow me to be energized and get down to business and get stuff done at the job or at the office, at the business, you see. And so, and as you said, we get cluttered, and our brain doesn't care what's cluttering it. Our brain doesn't care whether all the stuff bouncing around is personal stuff or business stuff or work stuff or church stuff, or it doesn't matter. It's just clutter. But you make an excellent point, Ali. Write it all down. Write it all down, and then you can go back and prioritize. Excellent. Love it. I love it. So there you go. So again, you got two homework assignments next week, and I'm sort of wrapping up here. Unless there's a thought burning a hole in the pocket of someone's mind, I think we shall wrap it up and say, once again, as a reminder, Hospitality Suite, come on by and say your hello right after this. And our good friend, Mandy Anderson, with Books for Britain at 3 Eastern. That's 9 p.m. UK time, isn't it? 8 p.m. UK time. Alrighty then. So 8 p.m. UK time. And if you've got what it takes to still be awake at 1 o'clock in the morning, UK time, it'll be me. Networking Magic, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're back this evening. So great to see everyone. Make the list. Make the list. Put lots of stuff on it. Oh, and by the way, happy Wealth Wednesday. Make it a great day, folks. You absolutely deserve it. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.